Hello. I'm just going to do a brief update about the Renisha McBride situation. As many of you know, charges have been filed against um, Theodore Wafer. He's a 54-year-old white man. He's been charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter, and possession of a firearm and commission of a felony. I commend law enforcement for bringing charges, and I commend the prosecutor for moving forward with charges against this murderer. Renisha McBride, for those of you who are not familiar with the case, was involved in a car accident. She went to this gentleman's house seeking assistance. Instead of getting assistance, she got a shotgun blast to the face and she was killed. Miss McBride was unarmed. She was not breaking in anyone's home. She was merely seeking help. So I am glad that charges have been brought against this man, and I hope and pray for justice for Renisha McBride. Now, there's been an issue about a toxicology report. You know, some people have raised this. And this happens all the time. Whenever black people demand justice, whenever there's a police brutality case, whenever there's an unjust killing of a black person at the hands of a white person, the first order of business is to demonize and dehumanize the victim. And that's what has happened with this toxicology report. People have used the fact that the toxicology report came back indicating that she had alcohol in her system and marijuana in her system. They are using these test results to essentially justify the killing of this woman. As we all know, drinking alcohol is not a capital offense. Smoking marijuana is not a capital offense. Although I do not condone those things, I know for a fact that it is wrong. It is fundamentally wrong to try to justify the murder of this young woman simply because she drank alcohol and had marijuana in her system. If that was the standard for who deserves to live and die, many people would be dead today. Many. In fact, on some college campuses, you probably wouldn't even have any students left if you were to use such a standard to decide who should live and who should die. Now, I've seen a couple of clowns on YouTube trying to justify this crime. They try to justify it by saying that there's a lot of crime in the community. They try to justify it by ranting and raving about black on black violence. They try to justify it by pointing out a few examples of a few black criminals that have done wrong in the community. The fact of the matter is, Renisha McBride didn't do anything wrong. All she did was seek help and assistance. She did not commit any kind of crime. She should not be judged and collectively punished based on the acts of a few criminals that have no relation or no interaction with her whatsoever. People have to be judged as individuals. You cannot take a stereotype based on a few individuals, a few criminals, and use that to presume that all black people are criminals. You cannot use those stereotypes as a license to murder and hunt down black people. And it's a shame that Uncle Tom's on YouTube try to justify this brutal crime. So I am going to stand firm in the call to demand justice for Renisha McBride, and I will continue to talk about this case on YouTube and on my blog.